Geoff, after the disappointment of last week at the Ospreys, there must be a real vigour amongst the boys to get the campaign back on track this weekend.
Yeah, well, that was a good opportunity, I guess. If you're going to qualify from the group, you've got to probably win at least one of your away games, haven't you? So that was an opportunity down, but at home now, you've got to win these home games to have any chance of going through. So big challenge this week. The boys are pulled together after last week. We know that we weren't good enough and made quite a lot of unforced errors, but a huge match this weekend and the first home game in the Champions Cup. It's going to be a brilliant occasion.
Rob always talks about making this place a fortress. So far so good in terms of the Premiership, and now with a French test coming here, it's a case of probably building on both the Irish and the Leicester performances.
Yeah, definitely. Look, some fantastic performances then. Just carrying that forward, but progressing it as well. They'll be a little bit unknown. What team are they going to bring and how are they going to turn up? You never really know with the French guys. So I think it's very key that we concentrate on ourselves, stick to our patterns and our structures, and back each other up as players, and hopefully get a good win.
As you know from coming in a visiting shirt, this place can be pretty ferocious on a match day, isn't it, for teams, and intimidating in some ways?
Yeah, good, nice and noisy. The fans get behind the team. I guess early on at the start of the game, that's going to be key to get the fans behind us, but also to, if the French team, and you don't know what sort of mindset they're in, if you can pin them back and score a couple of early tries, well, maybe you could be on for a good game then.
Rob talked in the aftermath of the Ospreys game about going a little bit off script, the boys. Was that something he's emphasised again this week, and the little errors really counting up in the end and costing the boys?
Probably. If you make an error, the next thing you can't do is then make another error or another error. If you once there's some sort of negative in the game, you've got to turn on and it's got to be positive next. So however you do that, it could be something simple or flinging out wide. You don't really know, but as long as the next action is a positive one. So just sticking to our basics, playing at this team, and we'll see at the weekend. We'll see how we do.
And as you know, Champions Cup is probably the next best thing to test rugby these days, isn't it? It's the toughest probably club competition in the world. And I think we saw last weekend that mistakes do get punished upon at this level.
Definitely, especially with this team as well. So they're probably relatively unknown compared to a lot of the French teams, but they're a good group of players. Signed some good players as well, like Adam Ashley-Cooper, some other guys. So they play a good brand of rugby. They're going to get stuck in. It's going to be a big test.
And as for you, hopefully getting out on the pitch again and lasting more than 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully more than 4 minutes. Geez, I was pretty embarrassed by that. So hopefully we'll just get a decent run out. But
already you've seen enough from the Chiefs in your short time here to feel that we're contenders and can really push on, not just in the Premiership but in Europe as well.
Yeah, without a doubt, the amount of talent here, especially some good young English talent. The structures are in place. There's a good culture. Lads seem to drive each other on and do very well. I just think maybe when you're in these Champions Cups, just that belief and that expectation really of we're going to qualify.
And as you said about French sides, you don't know how they travel. They've had a little bit longer to prepare due to events, but that in itself makes it an extra sort of conundrum for you to decipher over the next few days.
Yeah, it does. You can't analyse them as much as other teams really, because you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know which team they're going to pick. So it's more about just concentrating on ourselves really and getting our things right.